Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I'm in the flat, boring part of Colorado. Getting ready to leave for one of this 3 or 4 or 5 part tour of the state. I'm going to what I think is Colorado Springs near Pikes Peak. I'm not sure for sure if that's where we're headed. I've pointed it out on the map, but you know, who knows? It's hard to tell because there's no cities marked. Since we haven't found a lot of cities or discovered a lot of cities, nothing in the south is marked. So let's see if we can do this. Look at me. Oh, careful. Okay. They didn't whack together. That's good. Okay. All right, back into the cab for us, which is one. But we're not the same. We've got to carry each other. Truck. All right, so we're going to head south here along the boring part of the state. This is the Kansas side of the state. And not that there's anything wrong with Kansas. Kansas is one of the reasons like half the world has food. Because of the place like Kansas. They're 90% of the world's soybean comes from Kansas. But in all seriousness, they grow lots of crops there. It is a big flat state, perfect place for farming. Though I think the prairies are pretty dry, so I think, as you know, maybe not the easiest place to farm. Welcome to Kansas, makers of the Dust Bowl. So we should have a nice straight drive down there today. I don't anticipate there being any problems. We're going to cut through Denver so we can see that mess and then head to, we're going up to a mine today. I don't know why, because I have a crane trailer, but I couldn't fit a part of the story in to make it that a reason why we're going there. But we're going because I want to see it. I'm thinking it's the closest we're going to get to Pikes Peak. It's up Route 24. 24 cuts right through the heart of Colorado Springs. It goes up north. It's the easy road to the mountains. What are those? Are those ducks or something? Speaking of birds, as we see these birds flying out there were these birds when I was driving along Route 70 into Colorado that would fly up to the berm, like the road was up above the ground a little bit, you know, and then you have like this little edge that goes down to the fields. And these birds would fly right as fast as they could up to the edge and then go rocketing straight up into the air. And they would do this over and over again. I have no idea what kind of birds they were or why they were doing this, but they did it, and it was a really weird thing. It's like they were just they were coasting and then riding up. They wouldn't crash into the cars. They'd fly right at you and then go shooting up. Welcome to Ray, Colorado. Only time I've ever seen Ray spelled with W. There's Route 34 again. And I've done it again. You know, maybe it's because I have the Jake brake on. I'm going to turn the Jake brake off and see if that's part of what's going on here. I meant to do that. Highway 34. There's a nice little park with a river. This is a pretty little place. Bet you could find some good rock crawler spots down there for your RC rock crawlers. That looks like a perfect spot for it. This is the kind of attention to detail that I love about SCS. Like, they've obviously gone there and seen, oh, there's a real nice little park that goes through town. And they put it in there. I know the town is, like, deeply condensed. I can't wait to see how Cleveland and stuff comes out. I don't know if my city's even big enough to rank in the game. We'll see if they have my city or not when it comes out. I highly doubt that they're going to, but oh boy. All the dry grass too. That's the thing you see out there is these tall, like desert sagey type grass, you know, like that dry desert grass. Man, it does look like this out there. Wow. And this has a Kansas feel to it, so I'm kind of feeling like we're going to see Kansas and Missouri. Like that feels like Missouri and Kansas right here. Missouri, Missouri. I'm just remembering that I have like 5 photo shoots tomorrow. After this trip, I'm going to put some chargers on some batteries on the charger, some chargers on the battery, and get my cameras ready. I got 2 shoots tomorrow, 2 shoots on Thursday, maybe 3 shoots on Thursday. We'll see. More irrigation going on all around us for these big round fields. That one's a half round. Stretching my back out. Yep, that's about it right here. That's flat. Yep. Don't blink. I mean, go ahead and blink. Don't blink, you might miss something. What did I tell you? I told you. Actually, looks like the place that we're going to is a grain facility. We're going to Nemeo, and it's looking from the side of the road here like that's a grain tower, which it is. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Yes, sir. I'll pull over. Oh, we don't have to pull over. Okay. I hear a train. I hear a train. Burlington city limits. We will also cover the pro mods here eventually. Don't know how. We'll fit that into our Farm Sim series, our Farm Sim Truck Sim combo series. For now, I just know it's out there. They have done Canada, and it's really cool. But we'll get some coverage of that, too. That came out a couple weeks ago. Welcome, the Onion Pacific. He beeped. There's an extra. I think one of the reasons why I like this truck is because it's boxy looking. So hopefully you guys are enjoying our little tour. You might be bored to death. I'm having fun, though. That's all that counts. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm just kidding. I'll tell you what, if I'm not having fun, you're not having fun. Videos made by people who aren't having fun doing what they do is, well, probably not great. By the way, I'm going to try to bust through SnowRunner over the next couple weeks because I just need to get that game done. It's like taking up a lot of airspace on my channel. I love the game, but I'm so far behind, and I want to keep you guys up to date. I don't want to, like, stagnate. I've been working on the same map for like 20 years. Sorry, folks, I'm pulling out. You'll have to wait. Double trailer coming out. There's some hamburgers sound good, man. Tell you what, you know what I was craving on the way home? This is a weird craving when I was on the airplane. Cheez-Its. So I went to the grocery store today and I got a little box of Cheez-Its. Not a big box because they're not great for you, you know. And I was like, Cheez-Its, I'm gonna get some. Now I'm craving chips and salsa. Unfortunately, I don't have salsa or chips, but that's okay. At least I have groceries, man. I'll tell you what, I had nothing when I came home. Ryan had emptied out the fridge and cleaned it a little bit, but it still needed some work. I did some cleaning today. The first thing I had to do this morning was open a bank account and then go to the grocery store. My bank. That's a long story. Anyway, I now have groceries. I got chicken. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. Probably nothing too fancy. Might make some chicken. I got chicken. I got Alfredo sauce. I might make some chicken with Alfredo and penne noodles. Chicken is a tough one because it's hard to cook it just right. Actually, you know what? We're going to go across. We'll get on the freeway in a second, but I need to grab some gas. Some diesel. Wait a minute. Why is it changing my route? I don't want to change the route. I want to go to Colorado. I want to go to Denver. That could mess up the whole thing that I had programmed in. We'll have to take a look and see. Where's our fuel for the trucks? I think I went in the wrong way. Yeah, I was supposed to go in over there. Whoopsie. What is that to the right? Oh, is that a delivery or something? All right, well, we're going to get some fuel. All right, so here's the diesel pumps. I'm pumping gas in Colorado. Parking brake on and pump that gas. And off we go. Now I just got to find that Freightliner, that color. That's what I'm buying, man. I love that color. Where am I supposed to go? Yep, right there. That's going to be my truck right there. When we find the dealership. And there's a reason why I'm doing that color, and you guys will see. But it's a good reason. Whoa! Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way, I know. But then again, where am I supposed to go? If I went into the gas... Okay, you're supposed to come out. You're supposed to go around the back. I see what I did and come out through the gas. I went the wrong way to the gas station because I'm a dunce. See what you did there, fool. It's great to see the Cascadias though, because in America everybody drives Cascadias. Like, everywhere you look in America, there's a Cascadia. You know, it's like every road you get on. There's a Volvo and a Cascadia. And so I'm glad they finally came to the game because it makes sense. Now, I hadn't seen a lot of Mack Anthems until it came into the game and I started actually seeing them on the road. But mostly you see them for construction trucks. Like, they're almost always pulling like a gravel tipper or something like that. All right, so this should be the way to Denver. 70, yep. 70 goes all the way through Ohio, through Columbus, and on into West Virginia. I think it goes all the way to Washington. To Walla Walla, Washington. Nope. Washington, D.C., folks. I'd have to look again and see where it goes. Oh my gosh. Faces high. I got back home. Another thing that, I don't know if you guys know this, but Gromit eats my slippers. I have these flip-flops that I always buy. They're expensive. They're like $28, but they're super comfortable. And they're worth it. He's ripped up 3 pairs this year. He got 2 pairs, and I started putting them up high, like by where we keep our gloves. And then my son took them down for some reason, and he got them. And I'm just like, oh, can I have 1 pair of flip-flops for 1 year? Like, I'm tired of buying 4 pairs, and I'm not going to use them because it's winter now. But still, it's like I use them for slippers. So, like, if I got to quickly go out and grab something, instead of putting shoes on, I just flip those on. And I can't believe they got destroyed again. Like, Ryan, dude, you got to take a little bit better care. I mean, it's something simple, like keep them up, but somehow we're about to get jerked here, so. Rubbernecker. Whoa. And I thought I was having a bad day. All right, blasting our way down 70. Limon. I remember seeing Lyman. I think I got maybe it was in Lyman where I got or Lyman or Limon, I don't know. Oh, Kit Carson, that's right. I remember seeing that too. Oh my gosh, I've been here. I didn't get a ticket, but we had just come across the border and the speed limit changed. And I think it was I had gotten off to get gas. And the cop let us go, but he was like, it's like 45 here. I'm like, I apologize. Like, I'm new here. I'm coming through. I didn't realize what I was. He's like, all right, just keep your eyes open. I'm like, all right, thank you. It's really nice of him to do that. Watch us get beeped again. Beep, beep, beep. Good. We get the bypass. That's funny that the traffic is getting lost. Like the AI traffic, that guy almost went through again and got lost. Alright, so we passed our first checkpoint. Colorado toll, road toll, aiming for 0. Oh, like death rate. Death toll. Blood flows right on the highway. Oh, monetization. Monetization. Lost. There's some dead trees. But you can see how flat this is out here. I wonder what Kansas is going to be like. I don't know. Well, it'd be interesting to see how they handle that, because it's just, they're like, well, we got all the way to Colorado. Now let's go back. Turn around quick. Go the other way. Texas has got some places too. I mean, there's all that Tornado Alley. Like, there's some places where it's just really, really flat, long, flat, boring. It's, won't be one of my favorite states, but it's all part of the same game. It's funny when people like the favorite thing. Like when people are like, "Which was your favorite Lord of the Rings movie?" I'm like, "Well, it's all one movie. Like, you're watching it the wrong way." It's one film. It's not meant to be watched as 3 different films, some of them better than the others. It's all part of the same dang story. Airport Boulevard. We must be getting close to Denver. But that's not possible because we haven't seen the mountains. I didn't see it. The sun's in my eyes. Denver International Airport. No, we're there. Okay, so in real life, pretty much about halfway through the state, maybe Kit Carson area, you can start seeing, not halfway, but halfway from the state border to the Rocky Mountains. You can see them off in the distance. So that was a little unrealistic, a little disappointing. Like the whole time you're driving, you can see the Rocky Mountains off in the distance. Way, like an hour to 2 hours before you get to Denver. I think I might be speeding. I remember seeing Josephine Avenue. Yep. Yeah, there they are. That's what it looks like. See where the mountains are now? That's what it looks like for a full 2 hours before you get to the Rocky Mountains. So they've had to compress that a little bit. We're coming up soon to the interchange. I'm going to have to get over here because I saw signs for Fort Collins. So I think we're, next 1 mile. So we're going to put the brakes on there and slow it down. Look at that facility. What is that? Now, the Coors facilities up in the mountains, I think I've showed you guys on American Truck Sim in the same, well, in my original American Truck Sim playlist. There's a video of me visiting the Coors plant, and not in the plant, but like driving around in what's called Gold Rush? No. What's the name of the city? It's just north of town. You're not Eureka. Not. It's a funny name. It's like Gold something or like I don't know. So this is Denver. Now we turn left before you get into the downtown. Denver is further, I believe. Oh no, there it is. Okay. There's downtown. Gold Rush? No. I'm gonna have to look that up. So, oh, look at there it is. There's Denver. One of those apartments buildings. I don't know which one, but I've taken photographs of it for a client. Man, that place was a dump. I mean, it was awful. Denver's really pretty, but the place that I was photographing was a dump. But I got to go out to Colorado for free and visit the Coors plant. They paid me to go out there, so I was out there for 2 days. I always schedule 2 days because if the weather's bad one day, then we have a day where the weather's nice, hopefully. I think they actually had me out there for 3. But I went to the train museum, and I went to the Coors plant, and I went up in the mountains. It was so much fun. I love Colorado. There's Field Stadium. So now we're going to be taking this south. I'm not sure what route this is, but this is the south route to, look at there's Denver again. Denver's huge, man. Cool city. And the mountains the Rockies are to our right, to the west. Look at that. That's so cool. We may have to stop for the night before we get there. We're about an hour and a half, I think, north of Colorado Springs, somewhere around there, 2 hours north. Once you go through Denver. Dude, I remember going to Outback Steak out here. Man, it was so good. I love Outback. I haven't been to Outback in forever. Oh, food. I love food. I mean, Kung Fu. Yeah, but the mountains are going down. The sun is going down behind the mountains. And there's a flock of birds. Look at that. So once again, even though we're touring out as much of the state as I possibly can, we're not going to see the whole state. I mean, let's be honest. This thing is huge. But for what I've seen so far, I am definitely impressed. This is great. Fillmore. I don't mind if we're probably going to travel on until we get to Colorado Springs, and then we'll spend the night. Because I don't want to, like, stop. Wrong button. Oh, wait a minute. Colorado Springs. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let's slow this down a little bit. This is Colorado Springs already? That means that's Pikes Peak right to the right. Think, Arthur. Oh, gosh. Oh, we're coming up on 24 already. Look at that. Okay, well, we're going to be right by. We're going to see it in a second. Is that Colorado Springs? Wow, that was really condensed. That's like an hour drive in real life. But yeah, that's Colorado Springs. Whoa, I'm driving all over the road. Oh, oops. It's busy sightseeing. Cimarron. Lyman South, Pueblo South. So to our right, yep, that's the Rampart Range. Okay. And Colorado Springs, don't blink. That's it. Hopefully we'll find somewhere to rest. Wow, I don't really see Pikes Peak. That should be like an amazing Pikes Peak thing right there. Okay, so let me get my bearings then. Where is the Garden of the Gods? Once again, I saw pictures of it on their like photos of it. Is it that way? Hold on a second. Let me look at the map real quick. Hold on, folks. Just a minute. Oh, the recording never started again. Okay, so we're heading up 24 now. I made a big U-turn back there, and that was it. It was just shopping. Dang. I don't know if you guys saw me discover a viewpoint. I thought I was recording, but I don't know where I picked up and left off, so. Oh, well. Oh, Garden of the Gods! What? Okay, hold on. It's here. Sorry, folks. I'm so bad. All of this in the name of sightseeing. And I wish it was day, but it's probably going to be dark by the time we get there. So, if this is the Garden of the Gods, my apartment complex was literally 1 block over. We'd come around the back, like over, see those hills behind us right there? The apartments were on the other side. So you come around the block, and then you'd see this right there. And there was a joke that we had because there's a hole if you look in the mountains. Dang it! We're running out of daylight fast. Oh, I'm so glad this is it's like an Easter egg. I knew it was in here. Yay! Need to reset my camera. I'm like floating up. Okay, dude, we're running out of daylight. You gotta get out. You're gonna have to get moving or lose it, boinker. I want to get there, but there's a hole. Oh yeah, and this is the entrance right here. Yeah, yep. Now this road, if you follow it straight, is where I got lost up on Pikes Peak. Like, it actually goes out the backside, but you can see here. Oh, yes. Dang it, I can't believe the sun's down and there's nowhere to sleep nearby. Urgh. Dang it. That hole right there, we used to joke and call it the sun hole because the sun would go through it, like, when it was rising. And I don't know where, it's just stupid. I know. Now that I say it, I'm like, that wasn't really that funny, was it? No. But we used to call it the sun hole. There they are. The big rocks. Look at that. That's so cool. So one of these roads actually went up into a neighborhood, and you can drive all over here, but I'm going to take a look. We're going to drive around these, but I want to get a photo, so hold on one second, folks. Sorry, I got all excited, but I'm still excited. But yeah, this is the Garden of the Gods, and I don't know how this road works, if we can go all the way around, or... But it's basically a neat thing because it's right under like these green and pine-covered Rocky Mountains, but then it's surrounded. You have like this red rock, feature that's just out of nowhere. Like it's the rest of the mountains around here don't look like that. They're just green pine-covered mountains, and these aren't huge. They're probably 300 to 500 feet tall, some of them. But I've hiked on all those trails and stuff and walked through them. Like I have photographs of my kids and I, like playing there. So I'll try to show you some pictures here. We'll throw them in. I want to see where this road goes. I mean, this is a lot of detail back in here. I don't know how far this will let us roll, but none of this is on the map, so it's pretty cool. It's going to probably end here somewhere. What? This really goes on. What? I think I just went the wrong way. Wow, so this is really neat, guys. Like, this is all, you can discover this and... Wait. Is this a one-way road? What is this? Here's the backside of it. Wow, that's really cool. So, man. These are X'd off, okay. Man, that's so neat. It's so neat that they have all of this back here too. It's not just like a one little viewpoint. It's like this whole mountainside menagerie. Cool. And then that's getting back into the regular Rocky Mountains there. There's obviously more than one entrance to this on the game, so that's pretty neat. Wow, look at that. And there's the sun hole. I think this is the side that we came in on. Anyway, I'm gonna throw a collage in here when we're done driving around, and maybe put a little music on it so you guys can see just a couple pictures from Colorado when I was a kid, or when my kids were little, and we went to the Garden of the Gods, because this is really cool to see this. That's something else. Rock slides, and there are rock slides all over the place. Now, one of these exits here was where, like I said, this was a road. There was a road that connected to this that went right up into the mountains, and we just started driving up it, and 4.5 hours later we were lost. Okay, so this is where we came in. And just in time for the sun to go down, so let's go ahead and find somewhere to sleep, and we'll wake up in the morning. And but first, before we go to bed, I'll show you some photos, if I can find them. I know they're on my computer, or on one of my computers somewhere, but they're not going to be super high res, so be prepared for that, because they're taken with like a little Sony digital camera, like a 2 megapixel camera from back in like 1995. It was like 1998 maybe. A Canon PowerShot A40, if I remember right. All right, that was fun. That was definitely the kind of thing that I'm looking forward to. Oh, look, there's a little flag on there showing that this is where you left your trailers, dummy. Give me a ticket. I dare you. Boy, that was really cool. I'm glad we saw that, man. I love stuff like that. I do. All right, let's get the double trailers and see if we can't find somewhere to rest for the night. Okay, so up on top of the mountain, I don't think we'll see this, but there's up on top of 24 is Mount Pisgah. And it's like a ski town. I can't believe I didn't get a fine for that. I don't know if you guys just saw what happened there, but I kind of rubbed noses with the cop. Hello, Mr. Police Officer. And there's also a place called Florissant where they have fossils. There's also a I forget. It's like a cave, Cave of the Winds, I think it's called. And you hear like it makes like there's wind that whistles through the caves and makes all kinds of weird noises. That guy was not going to let me over. Not that he should have, but anyway. So behind us is 24, and that all those things are up that mountain. There's also like an old mansion you can visit that has like cool like Western artifacts. And we'll head up there in the morning, but we need to rest for the night. I want to do it in daylight, so we'll go right here. So hopefully you guys had fun doing that. I definitely did. I was getting disappointed because I thought I saw pictures of it, and then I got there and I'm like, oh, it's not here. And there it was. That was fun. Thanks for putting up with me, guys. Doesn't this feel like we've been somewhere fun now and we're on our way home? Like that evening feeling, like you've been at an amusement park all day and now you're just making the trip home. That's how I feel right now. So I've had my amusement. satisfied for the afternoon. And so here's the lovely city of Colorado Springs, and it is a nice town. For those of you that tend to be on the more Christian side of things, it's the home of Focus on the Family. For those of you that are not, it's home of Focus on the Family, your arch nemesis. A lot of atheists hate Focus on the Family. All right, let's see. Like with a passion. It's there. That's all I'm saying. That's where it's at. I don't know if they're still there. I know we tried to go see it just because it's cool, you know. It's like, and we got there like around noon, and they're like, "We're sorry, we're closed from like 11 to 2 or whatever for, I don't know, whatever reason. They had there's a school there or something, and they're like, we don't allow visitors during these hours." And I was like, well, I'm not gonna come back, like. So that was it. We never saw it. But we did see the Air Force Base. There's a nice big Air Force Base, too, that we didn't see from the freeway. Now, once again, the trip from Colorado, or from Denver to Colorado Springs is a bit of a trip, and it's not one exit. So it's really compressed. That, like, I don't think I've realized how compressed this game is, except for that, because I've done that trip in the last 10 years, you know. So to experience it in real life and then to come here and do that, it's like, whoa, that is really compressed. Like, you don't realize. I'm sure Ohio, it's going to be like that a lot because, like, I know these areas. I'll be like, you're in Cleveland. Okay, immediately you're in Medina. Now that's an hour drive. How did that happen? Now you're in Mansfield. Like 10 minutes, 2 minutes to Mansfield. That's a 2-hour drive. Not 2 hours, an hour and a half. In fact, we didn't even see Castle Rock. Some of those famous rocks and stuff are missing, but for whatever reason, they decided to put the Garden of the Gods in, and in a big way. They really, it's not a famous park or anything. It's not. I don't think it's super well known. It's like a local attraction type thing. Though maybe it is. Oh, I guess I'm going now. Since I got fined, I might as well just go on through with it, right? MK. Okay. Marijuana's bad. Okay. It's Mr. Garrison. Actually, no. It's the school counselor. Oh, no. We're going to crash. Oh. What the frick was that? What? Kaboom. Well, that was weird. It just exploded. Hopefully we'll pick up where we left off. We'll see. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm awake, and we are going driving. Okay, so the computer's working again. The downside. There's always an upside, and there's always a downside. I looked for those photos. I do have them somewhere. I think they're on my NAS drive, but for some reason the NAS drive's not turned on right now. So I'm going to have to go down the basement and restart that. So I think we're just going to leave that for another time. But just suffice it to say, I've been to Garden of the Gods, and it was exciting to see it again. We had fun. Let's go ahead and get this episode finished. We're going to run up to the top of the mountain. We could have slept up there. Whoa, dang. I want to see. We're going to deliver our grain to Namik. And then call this an episode. Hopefully you guys had a nice time. I definitely did as we've toured. The next up, we're going to head south to Pueblo. And then maybe across to Grand Junction. I'm going to try to, I want to see if I can get through Because Kyle lives in one of the valleys out that way. I think you have to go through Pueblo to get to his little slice of heaven. So I don't know how to get there, though. All I know is this Colorado is going to bring a lot of exciting new adventures. There's a lot of back roads and mountain roads and stuff, and I just, the scenery once again is unique. And this is one of the things that's interesting about the United States. Yes, it has places that look kind of the same. I mean, that's true of, but every state seems to have its own unique flavor to it. You know, some states are kind of homogenous, but you know, it's like they all have their own unique thing, and really you can tell when you're in one state from another. Like Michigan feels different than Ohio. Ohio feels different than Pennsylvania, and it feels different than West Virginia, and West Virginia feels different than, you know, Indiana. Kentucky is really different. I mean, they all have their own personalities, and it's kind of, whoa, it kind of is interesting how that happens. There are things that are the same, but there are things also that kind of set a state apart. And it's amazing to me that we can have so many different states, but so much diversity within such a large group of states. Like really, there's 50 states, and they're all, the only states that I feel like are all kind of the same are Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. Like they're all now, but then again, no, I mean, Louisiana has the whole like deep swamp thing, and you know, so I don't know. I guess they do have different feels too, but to me they all kind of feel the same. But even like Missouri and Kansas, like you'd think that they would feel exactly the same. They're in the same region. They kind of, you know, have the same rolling landscapes, but they're not. They're very different, actually. Oklahoma's, you know, very different feeling. It's much greener, if I remember right, than Kansas. I'll tell you what, Oklahoma City, I believe it's called. I think that's where we went. We picked up my friend. I got to think of what the name of the city was that we went to. I think it actually is the city of Oklahoma. Let me look it up. Hold on. It really does look almost like the Emerald City in The Wizard of Oz. Oklahoma City. Yeah, there you go. It is a city. Yep, it's the one I'm thinking of because there's a picture of the building, that weird building that they have in there. It's when you come up on it, it's up on this, like you go through all these fields and like the rolling hills, and then it's up on this hilltop, like this towering city above. Busted. I was trying to see if I could. That was an interesting intersection. But I just remember thinking, like, man, this looks like the Wizard of Oz. Like, it had like that feel, like this. I don't know. I'm such a goober. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help myself. Where's Pikes Peak? Should be right there to the right, like where those mountains are, but they don't look. Those look like the beginnings, like in front of Pikes Peak. It's not. Dang it. Now, as far as I know, the road that we're taking, which is 24, the one that we're going to go up in the mountains with, it goes up. Like and over. Like it doesn't just stop where we're going. But in the game here, it's going to end. But 24 actually goes on. So I'm kind of interested why they didn't finish it, because they could have taken it to the other end of wherever. I think it goes on to, maybe it goes to Grand Junction. I'm not sure. But it doesn't dead end. It connects to another road. Okay, now we're heading up 24. We passed the Garden of the Gods. We're back on track for our video, but boy, was that fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I had fun doing that. And I'll tell you what, I hope they make this really steep, because that's one thing I remember about this hill, was that it is insanely steep. Like, even in a car, it's kind of frightening to go up this hill. Uh-oh. Pikes Peak Highway. Uh-oh. That's closed off. Okay. I was going to say, should we take it? No, is that closed? No, that's closed off too. Okay. See, I thought, maybe I'm wrong. I thought Pikes Peak was north of the city, but maybe it's south. I'm so confused right now. Maybe the highway wraps back around underneath the road. I didn't see Pikes Peak to the south either, though, so we're on the south end of the city when we came out this morning. Truck should not be in the right lane. Yeah, this doesn't feel as steep as it did in real life. In real life, this is like a 20-minute climb up the side of the Rampart Range. So it's a little bit, maybe I'm thinking of 240. I'll have to look at a map. Dang, maybe this isn't it. Here's Divide. Okay, yeah, I remember going to Divide. I thought it was 24, but maybe it's a different road I'm thinking of. It's been 10 years. So are we up next? You can see the road continues on, though. Well, now that's looking like Pikes Peak right there. Okay. I could have sworn that Pikes Peak was north of the city, though, in my recollection, but I guess not. And they have these road closures in case fire and snow. That's got to be Pikes Peak up there. Anyway, if you ever get a chance to go to Colorado Springs, it's definitely worth going. It's so beautiful. I mean, Denver was cool too, but I like Colorado Springs better. It just seemed like I don't know, it's freaking awesome. I'm trying to see Google Maps real quick here to see if the road, since I'm driving poorly. Let's see, it's 24. 24 goes to Manitou Springs. No, it's 24. It is Cascade Park, Green Falls, Woodland Park. Yeah, North Pole, Colorado, Pikes Peak, yep, Sheep Mountain. No, Pikes Peak is to the south. I was wrong. I was looking on the wrong side of town. So, wow. Okay, this is the south entrance. Sorry, folks. We're going to cut you off. Oh, well, I'm a dipty-doodle. This is not looking like a place to sell grain. This is looking like a quarry. Arthur gets proved wrong once again. So there's Pikes Peak. Yeah, okay. So I think our next trip will go down to Pueblo and then cut back across the state heading towards Grand Junction. That's what I'm feeling. And then maybe we'll cut back across 70 and then head all the way down south and cut across through Trinidad. Yeah, they're definitely not taking grain up here. This is all mountainous quarry. Wow. I've discovered a new viewpoint. Where? Where? Dang it. I keep discovering viewpoints and not finding them. Discovered but not found. We're going to go around. We're going to go all the way around this and see it. This is cool. North American Mines and Quarries. So we discovered a new viewpoint, but we don't even see it. Got too excited. Ooh, big dump trucks. Tomatsus. Tomatoes. Alright, so this video's going to be a little longer than I wanted it to be, but okay. We're doing the loop, folks. So from what I could tell, it was 24 that I was thinking of that goes up into the mountains, but maybe not. Maybe there's another road elsewhere. And I was also wrong about Pikes Peak. Dang it. Craptastic. Oh well. We are still rewarded with a really cool trip. I'm not going to go to the left because that's just a dead end into the deeper into the facility. Oh wow, that's cool. I will say they've improved the cockpit physics since the last time. Or since, well, in the last year anyway. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is just Colorado. And I love driving on these dirt roads. This is what I do when I go there in real life, too. I go on all the roads you're not supposed to go on. We're going to be down there in a minute. That might, is that 24 continued maybe? I don't know. Could be. Probably not. This is really cool. Only we as truckers got to go inside the mine. No one else has the kind of access we get. That's cool. Look at that. Massive earthworks. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this grand tour of Colorado. I definitely am having fun. Yeah. All right. We'll pull around the rest of the way here and then call it a night. Did you guys have fun? If you did, be sure to thumbs up. If you really like the channel, leave me a donation. The link is in the description. If you felt that this was an awful video, well, go home, jerk. There's our giant mountainside. Don't go home. Stay. Come on. Don't be so crabby. Enjoy something. It's free. All you got to do is watch the ads. I mean, you know. That was a fun journey. All right, so we're going to head south now. But anyway, I'm going to call that quits for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen the northern or the middle part of the state. This is a little journey. You really would only come here if you're going to that mine because the road just ends. It doesn't go anywhere aside from that. So in the next exciting episode, we're going to head down to Colorado Springs, make a right turn, and head over to Pueblo. From there, I think we're going to cut across the state through the southern middle route and then come on back across Route 70 into Denver from the mountains. We'll pass Vail, Colorado, and all that good stuff. And then maybe head even further down south to Trinidad and cut across the bottom of the state. And then we will have completed our tour of Grand Colorado. Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we'll see you in the next exciting video. Good night.